Hey guys, it's your girl Courtney. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm recording outside because it is a beautiful day in Arizona and I have been cooped up in the house for the past week because your girl has been so sick. A couple of you guys have messaged me or DM'd me asking where I had been, why I hadn't had any new videos. Because your girl was fighting for her life in Boston, okay? I went on a 3-day and I was so bummed, you guys, because I had set out that trip to record a follow me on a 3-day video, and I was gonna take you guys to show you guys what it's like to go on a layover or to do a 3-day trip and to show you guys my layover because they were really cool. One of them was New Orleans and the other one was Boston. New Orleans is like my favorite city, so I was really excited to show you guys that. And Boston was cool because it was gonna be our first time experiencing it together. And y'all, day one went amazing. I have the footage for that. I think I'm still gonna post it. Day 2 is when everything went to shit. As you can tell, my voice is still gone. Y'all, I got sick as a dog. Like, I was so sick. I had a fever, like I was all congested. I was coughing. Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. But I will say, so the video that I'm gonna make today is, because I'm sure you guys are gonna ask, because I was kind of curious about it too, is what happens when you get sick and you're on a layover. So that's what this video is going to talk about because I finally got to experience it firsthand, and I'm gonna tell you how it played out for me. First of all, I have to give a huge shout out to my crew because y'all, they were freaking fantastic. From the pilots all the way down to the flight attendants. The pilots were super attentive. One of them was like, girl, you sound horrible. Like, if you wanna go to urgent care, I will jump in an Uber with you and I will go to urgent care with you and I will sit with you until you get seen. He went and got me soup. He got me some medication because I was really congested. I ended up not going to urgent care. Here's the thing, you guys. I'm still on probation. I literally have like 2 weeks left and I just didn't want an occurrence, and it sucks. Hold on, there's a plane going by. I'm literally in the flight pattern. It really sucks when you are on probation because the expectation, which is crazy as hell to me, is you're just not supposed to be sick. You get 3 occurrences. Technically you get 2 because you get let go on the 3rd. So if you have 2 times that you're sick, then basically you're gone. So, and we've had people in our training class who got COVID. One girl got the chicken pox, and they're like literally hanging by a thread as far as being let go. So I didn't have any occurrences, but even though I didn't have any occurrences, I wasn't trying to get one either. You know, I'm trying to make it through probation and I'm not trying to blow it at the end. So that does kind of suck. So I will tell you this, if you're getting ready to start flight attendant training, you better start taking your emergency, start getting your IV infusions if you have to. Definitely work on your immune system because you literally cannot afford to get sick. Getting sick will literally get you sent home. So I did not want to go to urgent care. I told myself that come hook or by crook, my ass was going to be on that van when we got ready to leave. If it meant that I was unfortunately going to have to get everybody else sick because of the company policy not allowing me to take the time off without penalized, then that's what we were going to have to do. I was going to wear a mask and we were going to thug it out. So got soup from the pilots. They took really good care of me. The flight attendants were amazing. They literally checked on me, like, if not every hour, every other hour. They would call my room when it came time to leave in the morning because I took a bunch of like Sudafed and stuff that was like gonna knock me out. I don't know what the pilots got me, but whatever they got me, I was out cold. And the flight attendants were really cool. Like, they literally came up to my room an hour before van time and was like, girl, get up, make sure that I didn't oversleep. They packed up my stuff for me so that I could literally lay in bed to the last minute, so that all I had to do was literally put on my uniform and brush my teeth and like get my ass down to the van. And then I was working the C position, which thank God I wasn't working A, because if you know, when you work A, there's a lot of talking. You have to do announcements and all that other stuff. So I was working C, but in C, you still have to brief the overwing, so there is some talking. Luckily, my D, she was like, don't worry about it. She's like, you just work the middle, and then when it comes time to brief the overwing, like, I'll come and brief your overwing for you so that you don't have to talk. The captains were like, you know, if you feel like you're getting too tired or whatever, come up and sit in the cockpit, take a break in the cockpit so that the passengers don't have to see you. I didn't have to do that, thank God. But yeah, I made it through. So just for to answer some questions that you guys might have, what happens if you get sick while you are on a layover? So if you get sick while you're on the layover, the very first thing that you need to do is you obviously need to call crew scheduling. Based off of your airline, you are more than likely going to accrue points. If you are with Southwest and you get sick on a layover, if you're on probation, then you are going to get a half a point for every day that you take off. So if you're on day 2 and you need to call out day 2 and 3, then that's going to be 1 point. But if you're on probation, it's also going to be an occurrence. Unfortunately, 2 occurrences, your third one, you're out. So you want to minimize that as little as possible. If you are not on probation and you're just regularly, like you're past probation, you're a regular employee, you're still going to accumulate the points. So if you call out on day 2 and day 3, then that's going to be 1 point, but you're not going to get an occurrence. And we get, I believe, 12 points altogether for the year. So it's not the end of the world. If you do get sick, they will allow you to stay in the hotel where you are at. So it's not like they're going to send you home. They're not going to charge you for that hotel. You literally will just stay there at the hotel. I have heard that you can talk to crew scheduling and they will either arrange for you to get an Uber to urgent care if you really need to go to urgent care, or they will have medication delivered to your room if you can't make it out. But also, like I said, lean on your crew. If you have, our flight attendants are amazing at Southwest, so I felt very well taken care of, and now I totally understand why Southwest is so particular about the people that they hire, because at the end of the day, these are your family for 3 days, okay? These are the people who are literally going to be taking care of you for 3 days, and you want to make sure that these are good people, because one bad seed could literally ruin it all. Like, they could have literally not cared. They could have been like, you know what, she's sick. Oh, well, we don't care if she gets up for the van. We don't care if she has medication. We don't care if she needs to go to urgent care, but that is so not the case. And literally, I had never flown with these people before in my life. I had never worked with these people before in my life. They literally just stepped up to the plate and just really took care of me. And that says a lot about the company and the people that they hire. So at the end of the day, like I said, if you do get sick, it's not the end of the world. If you do get sick and you need to take those points, you can use sick days for those. So, or sick time if you have sick time and you're off for probation. If you, however, let's say you don't want to stay there and you want to go home, they will confirm seat you, must fly you back home so that you can get back home. If you decide you don't want to stay in the hotel, you do need to contact crew scheduling as soon as possible. We're supposed to contact them 2 hours prior. Obviously, you can't control when you're sick, but if you can make it to a base and be sick, do that, because it makes it a little easier for them. Because if you get sick and you're someplace where we don't have a base and they don't have flight attendants, it makes it really hard for them to get flight attendants there. They're gonna have to like deadhead a flight attendant there. Hopefully they make it on time. You're risking an entire operation being late because you decided to get sick in like Nebraska where we don't have a hub. At the end of the day, if you're sick, you're sick. But if you're sick, you knew 2 hours before, okay? So you have time to let them know, okay? So the takeaway here is, number 1, let them know as soon as possible. Number 2, if you are not well enough to go home, they will cover a hotel for you to stay an extra night or 2 nights at no cost to you. You will accrue points, a half point for every day that you are sick, or you will accrue a point and occurrence if you are on probation. If you are not well enough, or if you are well enough to go home, you can choose to go home instead of staying in the hotel. So there you guys have it. If you ever get sick on a layover, now you know what to do, and you have my experience firsthand. I have got so many emails and questions from you guys. I'm going to start hammering those out. So look for a bunch of questions to be answered over the next couple of days, a couple of weeks, because you guys hit me with a lot while I was sick. Other than that, thank you guys so much for supporting me. Thank you guys so much for checking in on me while I was sick. I really, really appreciate you guys. If you're not already liked and subscribed to this channel, please make sure you do that. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments and I will get back to you. Until then, see you on the jump seat.